Today we are going to read a real letter from an immigrant from 1891 who wrote home to his family in Poland. Families could still write back and forth across the ocean, and boats would carry their mail during the travels and deliver it once they arrived in their country. So this was written by Johann Bonkowski. So he was writing to Poland. So this is where Poland is on the map in Europe. Let me zoom out to show you where the United States is. So here is Poland outlined in red. This is New York over here where it says NY. And here are the little islands off the side of New York where they would be arriving. So they travel across this entire ocean from Poland to New York. So let's zoom in back on Poland. In the letter, it mentions some places in Germany because there were the ports. The ports were where they met, the boats went out in the ocean. So it mentions Hamburg and Bremen. You can see these little blue lines. Those were places that went out to the ocean where they could sail out from there. So those were main places where people would travel when they were leaving to go to America. Fun fact, in Germany, I lived in between Frankfurt and Nuremberg, close to Würzburg when I was little. Just a little fun fact. So Poland, they would have to travel from where they were in Poland to Hamburg and Bremen and travel out this way, and then they would go all the way across the ocean, keep going to New York. A few other things that are in the letter that might have confused you that I want to go over first were the types of money that he mentions in the letter. So he mentions rubles. This is a ruble. This is the type of money that is used in Russia. It was used in Poland until 1917. It also talks about marks and francs. So marks could be paper, or this is a coin mark. So marks are worth more money, and then pfennigs aren't worth very much, kind of like pennies. So these would be pfennigs, and then these would be marks. So when he talks about those are the different kinds of money. In Germany, there were pfennigs and marks before euros were everywhere in Europe. So let's read this letter. Dearly beloved parents, I take my pen to tell you the good news. I am safe and sound, thank God. I received your letter on the 24th of the month, in which I learned that my sister Mariana wants to come to me here. Well, it is good sailing time now. She should have at least 80 rubles. She will get a job here as a domestic for which she will be paid $8, $10, $17 a month. If she will be able to understand everything that is said, she will be paid more. If she were here now, she would be getting the same pay as she does now working for the Germans. Dear sister, do be careful on the streets on the way. When you arrive at Castle Garden, telegraph me. Stay in Castle Garden until I come and fetch you. When you get here, you will not be digging for potatoes or pitching hay. Those were things that they did for jobs often in Poland, so that's why he mentioned that. When you are ready to leave, travel to Bremen. There, buy yourself a steamship ticket. In Turin, sit only in the back of the train. You must have at least 25 marks to pay for the train and for the food. From Turin to Hamburg, the train costs 13 marks, 73 pfennig, but I do not know how much it will cost to Bremen. If sister does come here, I have made up my mind to stay here 2 more years. Dear parents, write me if Mary took my address, if she will come to me or not. And when my sister will depart, write me a letter as soon as possible. You can give her some money, and when she gets here, we will send it back to you. If the steamship tickets had not been sold out, I would have sent her one, but that would have caused me a great deal of trouble. If you do not have the money, then write and I will send a steamship ticket to Jacob for her. If she wants to, she can come now because it is warm and the trip would be pleasant. Dear sister, take care of yourself and pay attention to what I have written. Best regards to father and mother, to my sisters and brothers, to my friends and relatives, and to all acquaintances. I remain your faithful son until we meet again happily. Please send me a speedy reply, because I want to know if she will come or not. Johann Bonkowski. So they mentioned a telegraph in this letter. We are going to learn a little bit about a telegraph today in the other videos.